Ladies and gentlemen, it's me again. I'm back. You guys remember my last video where I said we're hosting a yard sale, and we kicked it off on July 28th, and it was phenomenal. We had people driving from all across the country, thousands of people in and out of here, and we had a lot of people come and get some really good deals. And then you may have seen that very abruptly last Friday we had to stop the sale, and we couldn't really tell you much why. Well, I can't really get too much into it right now, but I will say that back in 2016 we got sued by a group of activists, for the environment. It's called the Utah Physician for a Healthy Environment. And it has been an absolute nightmare. It's been one of the most miserable things I've ever had to deal with because the lawsuit's still going 9 years later and we're still dealing with it. And there's a lot of things about the lawsuit that I don't feel are fair. And there's a lot of things in the lawsuit that we deserved because we made some mistakes in the early days of our business by, deleting trucks and having, smoky trucks and stuff like that. And that's stuff that I'm not proud of. And, we've kind of stopped doing deletes and that kind of stuff even before we got sued. But these, doctors and their attorneys saw an opportunity to get a bunch of press by suing us and doing press releases. And then they saw an opportunity to make a bunch of money because they see us on TV and all over the place. And they just assume that they can just get whatever they want out of us. Well, fortunately, they had a judge basically pause our sale last Friday. And then we had a hearing on Monday. And we went to court and we explained to the judge what was going on and how this was all working. And fortunately, the judge was fair and he was kind and he was sympathetic. And he said, you know what? No, you can't stop their sale. Keep it going. And here's some guidelines you guys have to follow and get it going again. So thank you to the judge and for the justice system for working the way that it's supposed to. Lawsuit's still not over yet and who knows when it will be. But the good news is the sale is back on. And the even better news is since we had a chance to stop for a few days, it was chaos, guys. Like I'm telling you, pure chaos. I know a lot of you guys came and some of you guys had not great experiences because it was just so busy or you didn't like the pricing. But I know that the majority of you came and you had a great experience and you took something home for, like I said, pennies on the dollar. Now, not everything is being sold for 95% off the value. Some of the stuff is like half off. Some of the stuff is like, I don't think I've seen anything sell for less than half off, but most of it's closer to like 60 to 90% off the actual value. But the reason why it's a good thing that we stopped is because we were able to restock. You see, we have stuff scattered all over the place at different storage yards and different places that we've been able to bring over because we didn't have room for it before. But we also have a lot of friends with a lot of cool stuff. And one of them brought up all this. This is a bunch of military surplus gear. Like these are CCTVs, like little screens. These are actually, if you buy anything from the sale, you get one of those for free. They got the really, really highly sought after military water and fuel cans. We got giant like hard cases, like engine cases. We got this machine that basically pulls water out of thin air. So you just turn it on and it generates water from the atmosphere, which is insane. We got military generators, pumps. We got drash tents. We got brand new boxes of Humvee and LMTV LED lighting. Like these things are brand new, wire harnesses, all the good stuff. Like I said, we got tents, we got hard cases, we got pallets of life jackets. We have got so much good stuff and it just continues to roll in. Like we've got stuff continuing to show up every single day. So what we've decided to do is, since we basically have to sell until our lot is cleared, we're just gonna keep the sale going, especially since we got paused for a couple of days. It was supposed to end this Saturday, which I think is the 8th or 9th, I can't remember. We're gonna roll into probably the following Saturday. So the sale is officially open, again, as of right now, as soon as you see this video, and we'll roll it through into next weekend. And on the weekends, we're not gonna be open Sundays, but Saturday will be a big day and we'll probably run a little giveaway here. Anybody who buys something will get entered to win something cool. Haven't decided exactly what that is yet. But we want to make it worth your time for coming out. We know a lot of you guys are driving from a long distance away and we still have a lot of cool stuff like that crew cab Ford. I think it's an L9000. This Ram is not for sale. Little landscape trucks for sale. We got Stewart and Stevenson's. We got boats, hovercrafts, crane, fuel trucks, cab over semis, wrecked semis, military draft trailers. We've got a big triaxle end dump. We've got pretty much every flavor of army truck you could want. We got school buses. We got water treatment equipment. We've got flatbeds. We've got snow blowers. We got metal pallets. We got water treatment equipment. We got all sorts of basically any kind of hose you could ever want. I'm going to show you one of the things that I actually love the most, that I'm most excited about. In fact, I pulled a bunch of these out of the sale to be able to keep them because they're very useful. These right here are military fuel and water bladders. So this is a 500-gallon fuel bladder and it fills up like this and you can actually roll it like a giant tire. And then we've got, I think these are like 150-gallon ones. We even got a 50,000 gallon one, brand new in the pallet. We got hoses, suction, discharge, valves, you name it. We got more of these bladders. We filled them up with air, so you can see that they're actually still watertight and they're gonna hold fluids, no problem. We've got military Axletech 6x6 axles. We got military heating and cooling units. We have still a huge selection of military wheels and tires. We still have some pickup truck and UTV wheels and tires, but a lot of that stuff sold like the first day because it was a really good deal. But we got 24 R21s, we got 14 R20s, 16 R20s. We got my favorite tire of all time, which is the Sand Trail. This is a direct bolt-on replacement for 5 tons, and it's a way better tire in my opinion. They last way longer, better flotation, better grip. I just love them. We have a bunch of those, brand new, still in like the pallets and the wrap. All this stuff, we got transmissions, we got engines. We've even got these Connex boxes that we might sell. Once they're empty, they'll probably sell for about $1,000 less than what they're selling for everywhere else, which is still a really good deal. And that's just kind of stuff back here. And keep in mind, stuff is still rolling in. Like we're still gonna have a bunch of stuff pile in over the next few days or week or so. So if you don't see something here, there's a good chance we're still bringing it from one of the other yards. We've got Hemet 10x10s, we got school buses. Some of our Raw Max trailers are still for sale. Some are not. Each one of those is kind of on a case-by-case basis. We got this drilling machine. We got, I'll walk out front here and show you some of this other stuff that we got because the list just keeps going on and on and on. So like I said, guys, this sale is so that we can clear out my facility here. We need all the space we can get for some new projects. And so I need this whole back lot cleared. So we're gonna run the sale until everything's gone, which means it'll run for another 10 days or so. Honestly, had we not been forced to stop the sale last Friday, we probably would have been sold out because it seemed like every day it was getting busier and busier and busier and more people were showing up. And it was unfortunate we had to stop, but I understand, legal system's gotta do what it's gotta do. But like I said, I was very grateful that the judge was fair and honest and, had common sense when it came to his ruling about letting us keep going. One of these days I'll do a full video about this lawsuit. Man, it's been nuts. I have learned a lot from it, but ultimately we're still in it and still fighting it. We got trucks, we got snowcats, we've got this awesome military aircraft cargo loader. This platform goes up like 18 feet. This is a Zamboni. It's like an ice rink maker that you drag behind a tractor. Military boats, we got the Het, we've got, guys, the list just keeps going on and on and on. So just know we would love to see you. And I mentioned that things will sell for pennies on the dollar, and a lot of the stuff really has, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going to sell for that cheap. I haven't seen anything sell for less than 50 or 60% off yet, but it just kind of depends on what it is. Now, here's the way it works. You'll show up at our shop, and we've got this front gate right here. You'll walk in the front gate, and you'll come into the back lot. You start looking around, find something that you want. You'll find one of my employees with a green vest on. You go to them and say, hey, how much for this? And some of the stuff they'll know the price on, and some of the stuff they'll say, just make an offer. And some of the stuff you can kind of, negotiate back and forth, and ultimately we'll get as low as we can for you. And that's kind of how we sold most of the stuff last week. So just know it looks a little unorganized, and that's because it kind of is, because we're selling so much stuff so quickly. But we've got a good system down now. You'll come back here, find one of my guys, make a deal, land on the price, and then you'll go straight here through the front door into the store, and you can pay. And you're gonna be able to pay with cash, credit card, cashier's check, Venmo, Zelle, basically any form of payment. We still also have a lot of this stuff sold, but we still have some left. This is kind of our parts area. We've got headlights, taillights, belts, mirrors, tables full of all sorts of parts and pieces that we ordered for a build and never used. We got exhaust tubing, we've got clutches, we've got stereos, we got electric motors, we got spools of hose and wire, and guys, it's crazy. What's crazy though is this area was jam-packed the other day, and a lot of it has sold. But we got spacers, 10 lug adapters, we got a bunch of wheels, we've got lug caps, we've got motorcycle wheels, we got race seats, we've got the mini monster truck, And then we also have the full-size Mega Mud Truck. Both of those are full rolling chassis with axles, suspension, pretty much wheels, tires, ready to rock and roll. We got pallets full of life jackets. We got outboard engines. We got fiberglass for basically any vehicle. We have a lot of stuff here, guys. One of my favorite things is this like air raid siren that my buddy brought up. This giant siren. I can only imagine how loud it is. It comes with this big control panel and motor and stuff that actually spins a big air motor in there, and I'm pretty sure it's loud. So again, there's more stuff that's continuing to show up. Stuff like this is really cool, like these hard plastic army cases. That'd be a good engine chipping case. We got a bunch more of the smaller Pelican cases over here for like camera equipment. We got these drash tents, which are like super rugged military tents that are pretty much all weather, and they actually combine with the trailer that we have out back, which can actually make your tent heated and cooled, and it's pretty awesome.
And as if all the stuff in our shop wasn't enough, we have an entire storage lot full of treasures. Come on, let's check it out. As you can see, we have some military cranes, a water system that purifies water. Water goes in, comes in dirty, goes out clean, drinkable. You know, it's nice. Or maybe you need just the freaking awesomest car ever. This is my El Civico, and it likes to party. So, I mean, if you got a need for a Honda Civic truck with KC light bar, it's right here. We've got airframes, okay, that we picked up from our buddy out in Nevada who has all the cool military stuff, which if you're into a lot of the historic military stuff or any military trucks or something military that isn't here and you want it, I'm willing to bet he's got it out there in Nevada. We have the connections. We got old Snowcats. We got GMC 6500 trucks. We got Ford cab overs. You got snow blowers. And then check this out. We have a plethora of box trucks that we basically just use as stores. Got this really cool old Snowcat. Got this Peterbilt. Got Dave's old square body Chev. It's awesome. Got this asphalt machine. Get that Batman Majama. More Snowcats, more semi trucks. This thing's pretty cool. Dave hauled this back. It's got a nice set of wheels on it. Could be super cool. This old school bus actually runs. It drove in here. We got so many treasures here that I can't even get to them, but we'll be hauling stuff over from this yard to our shop all week long so you can have a chance at getting some of the treasures. And look, there's even a new van for the boater home.
So guys, we got a ton of stuff. Sorry for the delay. It was a little weird there. Try to give you as much information as I can about that whole situation, but just know that we're back up and running. And as of right now, we're ready for you. We're gonna be open every day from 8 to 5 or 6, except for Sunday. So if you wanna come see us, come down to 1955 South, 1800 West, Woods Cross, Utah, 84087, and come find one of these boys right here. They'll have a vest on, and they'll be ready to make a deal with you. So come down, and let's get this back lot cleaned out, huh? All right.